Good afternoon, welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. I've just had my detox tea and early this morning I had my parasite cleanse, and now I'm just going to have a little organic shot just to kind of wake me up a little bit, because I've been doing a little bit of meditation. How you all doing? Well, I'm here. The noise is gonna probably bother some of you, but some of you have said, listen, it's okay, let's get the message out there. So good, let's do that. I think I've had about 5 up till the past 3 days about abundance. So everybody's asking me about abundance right now. People are asking about crystals for abundance. Okay, well, I'm not a big fan of the word abundance in the world of outside there, but the abundance that I know and understand, I can talk about. Maybe I can dispel some of the myths out there that are related to many books or understandings. Maybe I can share with you some of my truths that I have learned with my clients over the years. Thousands of clients who I grew to love, and some I really struggled with deep down because of their persistence of what they believed was abundance. So there is, first of all, you need to really dispel abundance and understand it, and that's what I'm going to try and do today. And around my neck is a crystal that I will talk about in my understanding of abundance and how it worked for me in my actual oil, which is ¿Dónde está? Por favor. Abundance is this one. And it's this one here. And in there was the crystal that I originally created for abundance. It's really interesting, actually. It's great to look back and see the progress and what happened to my clients over the years as a healer who worked with many people around the world. So cheers. Let's most people have gone now because they want the abundance method in 30 seconds. Little bit of a tip for you guys. Doesn't work that way. You got to put in the effort and understand and listen and want it for 30 seconds. Can't deal with anything else other than that. It's boring, isn't it? Let's go. Let's find somebody else who can tell us what we need to know. But it never works, does it? No. Maybe it might be something in that. Maybe. Okay. Shut up, Mark, and just get on with your work. Okay, welcome. So where do we start with abundance? First of all, my understanding of abundance when I first started this work at 38 years of age, I now am 54, and I realise wholeheartedly that abundance isn't what I was once told for the 38 years that I worked. And within that energy that I worked in, that belief system, I realised that I actually kept myself poor. We call it chasing the tail. Basically, have you ever seen a dog running around in a circle trying to grab its tail? Well, that's the analogy I give when I see people who came to me at the age of 38 years old onwards. When I started to become a healer, I started to see this very, very common pattern of people chasing their tail. Those that drink Coca-Cola, Red Bull, those that want quick, fast abundance. Basically, it's the need for their God, which is replaced by what we believe is Mother Nature, Earth, the universe, for something. This is a double-edged sword, actually. You know why? Because look what the crystal is. Hey, but that's gold. You're a blasphemer. You're just saying it's not about that, but yet your crystal is gold. Oh, you've got me. Isn't it crazy? We've got to actually think about this and put it in perspective of everything, because gold is actually an amazing source, amazing power, amazing energy. Did you know if you wear a gold ring on your finger, the reason why it gets thinner and thinner is because it actually goes into the skin and you absorb it and then you heal with gold? Did you know that? Gold is powerful. Gold is worn as crowns. Yeah, but it's not gold. It's fool's gold. You know what, mate? You're wrong. It isn't fool's gold. It's gold. And there's a reason why it's gold. There's a reason why it's coloured gold, because it is gold. And I was mocked and laughed at for many years. But funnily enough, only a few months ago did a certifiable paper, a peer review on pyrite, and it says, oh, I think we got it wrong. There is traces of gold inside pyrite. Duh! Yeah, a bit behind, Mr. Scientist. When I was a little boy, we weren't allowed to go into the front room. You won't understand that because we had rules back then, which were slightly different. Rules, what I'm talking about, is where your parents would have a beautiful room that was kept lovely and clean. All the china was all perfect. You were not allowed to use any of that bone china. That room was only there for special guests. So whoever came into the other room weren't special, but whoever who came into that room was special. Ridiculous, eh? So anyway, I used to sneak into that room, which I wasn't allowed in. That's not because of my mum, it's because of my strict dad. And I used to sneak in there and spend a lot of time in that room. Probably because I wasn't allowed to, okay? That's the rebellion in you and me, right? And down on the fire, we had a gas fire, and then next to the gas fire there was like this wooden, I don't know what you call them anymore. But anyway, there was lots of bits and pieces on there, right? Fancy, nice things. And one of the things what were on there was this. I got one here. I forgot I brought it here. Yay! I'm so rich. So there was a piece like this. And I was only a little boy, 5, 6, 7 years old. And I used to go in and I used to touch this crystal and look at it, and I literally spent hours, days, weeks, months, probably years with this crystal, holding it. And I was fascinated by it. And my dad called it fool's gold. And I thought, well, as a kid, I didn't understand what he was saying because I'm not a fool. But the reason why they called it fool's gold is because a long time ago people used to believe it was gold, and they used to grab it from wherever the seas, because pyrite is part of Mother Earth regurgitating minerals, and when it goes down into the sea and hardens into lava, then these apparently are created. So who knows? I don't. But all I know is it looks gold. It feels the same energy as gold to me. And as a kid, I loved this. I loved it. There's something very mystical and profound about this beautiful crystal. I know I'm going off on one. I'm going to get to where I'm going to be in all good time. But suffice to say that this crystal, as a child, it made me feel extraordinary powerful. I felt filled with great energy, and it was very difficult to, like, I look back now and I can attune to when I was a kid, when I used to touch it. It made me feel powerful, it made me feel strong, it made me feel good. I felt positive. There's something very special about pyrite, okay? Something very special. No other crystal has this kind of energy, in my humble opinion. Pyrite has something very special in its energy, and what it emits is very powerful. That's why I have a lot of it around the place. There's a reason why I have loads of it. That's why you see some down here. I've got loads in there. I've got loads here. It's all over. Pyrite is everywhere. Now, it isn't because it resembles gold that I have it. Not at all. And this is the mentality of some people. It's not a representation of what I want. It's the energy that it emits. It just pumps out. It's like a wave that hits you all the time. So that was a kid. Okay, isn't that strange how as a kid I knew nothing about, minerals, crystals, I knew nothing about lava, I knew nothing about stones or anything, but yet this piece was from Italy. It was taken from the sea apparently, but who knows? I don't know. I can't remember. All I know is this crystal was beautiful. So skip forward now, and I'm 38 years old. I've chased my tail all my life. I've been a businessman. Never really succeeded, but being successful is different from succeeding. What is success? Obviously, that's a great question. But coming back to the point where I decided to become even more successful was when I gave up everything and came to a magical mountain here and became a healer out of the, let's say, synchronicity of Spirit's helping hand. And it wasn't until I realized at one point in my life when I was involved in, let's say, my life was involved with people who were always talking about never having enough. And there's something in this. There really is. You've got to listen. So my predominant energy was people saying we can't afford, we haven't enough, we've no money, we never can afford. And what happens in that energetic field is, even if you have got money, you haven't got enough. Because the way you see life is the way it presents itself. So even if you have €1,000 in your pocket, it's not enough. If you have 10,000, it's not enough. If you have 100,000, it's not enough. If you have 1 million, it's not enough. If you have 100 million, it's not enough. And there lies the problem, reaction, solution. The energy of creating that very thing that you wanted to create has now presented itself to be nothing. So you created something, you've made something, but it's nothing. What do you mean, Mark? Well, we haven't got enough money. What's enough money? Tell me what's enough money. 10,000 euros. So if you had 10,000 euros in the bank, you are now abundant and you've got enough money. Yeah, okay, let me prove it to you. And I've done this to somebody. I've given them that amount of money. I see them a week later and they're panicking. And I said, what's wrong? Oh, things, it's just, I'm worried about. Hang on a minute. Didn't you just say last week if you had 10,000, everything would be fine? And you would, that's all you, that would be it. Oh, but, yeah. Learn a lesson, Mr. B. You cannot give somebody enough if they don't believe they are enough or they will ever have enough. Okay. Now I can be talking to you. I really can be talking to you and you might be spitting at me, but I'm telling you, you could be in that program. And that is a program which we call money conversation. So what is your money conversation? You see, it's not about how much money you've got. It's about how you feel from day to day with regards to money. And many people will talk to you about money being an energy. Well, to me, it's just pieces of paper. I mean, I actually look at that and laugh and say, who was the guy who fooled the world into believing that you work all day long for a green piece of paper? Genius! Program! But that's the way it is. Nobody will ever see that. They'll just say, well, it is what it is. Well, okay, then it'll stay like that then. So, what is Mr. B? What are you talking about? When are you going to start to tell us about abundance? Well, I am actually trying to tell you about abundance. And I'm actually trying to tell you that abundance only comes when you believe in abundance in yourself. And what is abundance? Well, you can quite clearly see it's not money, because you can feed that person as much money as you want, but if they're not abundant inside and they're filled with fear and worry and not having enough and everything is going to go wrong and there's too many bills and it's all a problem, then you can't change that. You can't give somebody abundance to change that. That just doesn't happen, because they'll never be abundant because they'll always want more, and it's never enough. Even if you give them 100 million, it won't be enough. They'll still walk around with panicking and worrying. That's not true. Yes, it is true. I've proven it time and time again. I have clients who are millionaires who are absolutely terrified of their money. Terrified. Why? Because they're terrified of losing it. They're terrified of spending it. They're terrified of everything. So what's the point of having that money if you live in an energetic world of being terrified? You ask them, are you rich? No. But you've got 100 million. It's not enough. It's nothing to do with the money, is it, mate? It's because you are lacking of happiness and joy. You're lacking of trust. You're lacking of everything in life. You actually sway on the side of everything going wrong. You sway on the side of losing everything, of never having enough, of always the negative. So first of all, you've got to understand as I speak to you, abundance is about believing in yourself, believing that you are enough at any given moment, and whatever comes along is a bonus. And if it comes, that's beautiful. And if it doesn't, it's still beautiful. And if you can create that within your life, which is probably one of the hardest things in the world, because you've been programmed to believe that everything that's important, everything that is success, is achievement, a massive amount of money, beautiful car, beautiful wife, beautiful holidays every time of year, a beautiful yacht, a beautiful statue put up to yourself, fame, fortune, all bullshit, all absolute BS to its finest degree. That is the programming that puts you into the program outside, and thus you'll work all your life for a desire or a need to be something that you were never, and that isn't who you are. And that's why most people are miserable, upset, don't know who they are, where they want to go, or what they want in life. Oh, it's easy for you to say, Mark, you've got money. I have got money, but actually it doesn't affect me at all. If I didn't have any money, I'd still be the same person, because when I had no money as a healer and a reader, that I did for 4 years minimum of doing most of my work free of charge, I was the happiest in my life and the most abundant and the richest person in the world. So don't tell me I don't understand what abundance is. I do. And now that I understand it, money comes in as it comes in. I don't make it come in fast. I don't make it come in slow. I don't ask for it to come in fast. I don't ask for it to come in slow. Money comes as it comes. It flows. It comes in and out of my life, and it does good. It makes a difference. I get to eat. I get to help people along the journey. I get to employ people. I get to help in so many ways with it. So I do good with it. But I don't want it because I'm going to do good with it. That's not the point. Yeah, give me money and I'll do so much good with it. That's not the point, missus. That's not what, you're not going to get it that way. It doesn't come that way. It comes when you are just abundant. And when you are abundant, you create a frequency of abundancy. So this crystal here emits an energy of abundance. It's gold. It creates an energy, a frequency that lifts you up from fear, that brings in abundance. Now, what is abundance? You quite clearly now, if you've heard this conversation, we've been talking for 18 minutes, you must now understand abundance isn't what you believed it was, or some of you. It isn't money. It isn't wealth. It isn't power. It isn't fame. It isn't fortune. Abundance is an energetic field that you can create. You can create. And a pyrite can help you feel that frequency, but then it's up to you to continue to work on that frequency. So let's just say what I noticed with pyrite is that it emits an energy, a wave, it blasts out a wave to a certain part of the mind of the body, and it starts to change your frequency to abundance. So abundance to me, when I saw my client get up, they were abundant of happiness, abundant with peace, abundance with trust, abundance with flow, abundance with it's all as it should be, abundance with whatever happens will happen and whatever doesn't for a reason. You get into a frequency that is very dangerous to the system. Very, very dark to the system. The system hates light. And when you are in the energy of abundance, you create this amazing energy around you, which is very, very powerful. And that's why I think in a lot of people's money conversations, they may say, be around people who are successful. Not rich, but successful. Now, what is success? What does successful mean? If you listen to the likes of Bob Marley, when they asked him, are you rich? And he says, what do you mean by rich? And the guy says, well, do you have a lot of money? He says, why do you think rich is to do anything, has anything to do with money? Richness to me is life, is happiness and joy. Well, of course, the other man didn't understand, because he's a brainwashed, programmed person who came from college and to university and then to be completely brainwashed into success, which is the greed, the need, the selfishness of a singular person that needs to have something that, of course, never actually ends. Never ends. I need to better myself. Okay, sit down, let's have a chat about that. What do you mean you need to better yourself? I need to be better. In fact, forget about what you need to be better. What is better? Tell me, show me the point where better stops. Do we get here? Is that better? Yeah, there. Is that it now? No, I need to get better. So you need never stops. It continues. That's dangerous. So your need for anything disappears. My need for spirituality disappeared a long time ago. I enjoyed the journey, but I don't need anything. Because if I need something, that means I am almost desperate. Well, that need can be a very negative energy. I need to be this, I need that. Just the word need in itself shows that you don't trust in. You don't know whether it is. I don't need anything. I need nothing. Take the word need and chuck it out of the window, because I have me and everything is as it should be. And whatever comes into my life is exactly as it should be, and whatever doesn't is exactly as it should be. My rejections are Spirit's protections. I am protected. I know everything that will come into my life, or should I say, anything that I need will come. So I don't need it, and if I do need it, it will come. So the word need isn't really a word that has meaning for me anymore. So it comes, it goes. What do I want? I don't want anything. Well, what do you want to do in this lifetime? I've no idea, but whatever's happening, I'm enjoying it. And some things are challenging and some things aren't, but this is the journey that I'm on. Who told you to need anything? Who told you to need? Well, but if I got this, then it's going to be better. Better? Well, when does better stop? Better at what? What? Right now you've got it. Is it better? No, it's not better. But you just said it was going to be better if you got that. And I've just given somebody that. I'm going to share a story with you now. And I shared this story in the book. And it was about a lady who was once happily married, and she had a child, and she lost her child, unfortunately. No mother should have to say goodbye to their child before they go. That's my opinion. So I knew straight away the woman was in turmoil. And she was on one of my social platforms, and for some reason, out of the thousands of people, I noticed her energy. And a partner died within a short space of time, and from having a home and a child and a family to being kicked out of a home because now she couldn't afford because the husband had passed, and now she was in a special needs facility for women who had nothing, and she was living in a room in a house, and she had nothing. She just had got one phone, I think that was it. And she'd come on and she'd read my posts and she'd feel better a little bit, but I could feel there was something that I needed to There was a reason why we're brought together. There's a reason. So I followed that. And I sent the lady a message and I said, I could feel that she'd lost everything, so there was no abundance left in her life. So I sent a crystal. And with that crystal, I put the energy of abundance in. Remember, not money. Not money. Stop talking and thinking about money, because that's what brings you in the wrong direction, okay? So I put abundance into that crystal. Love, peace, calmness, harmony, connection, all of the things that I believed. So I worked on it for about 10 hours. And then I wrapped and packed it and asked her, would it be possible if I could have your address so I could send you a little gift from my heart to yours? And of course, she was overwhelmed and I sent it to her. She got the gift and she sent me a message. She was overjoyed and I was overjoyed, and I did my job, and that was it. I got on. Anyway, I got on with my work, but then for some reason, I sent her another message. I said, I don't know why I'm sending you this message, but you might understand. Is there anything that you've not been able to do that you wish you could do? And she says, why are you asking? I said, I don't know. I just feel the need to. I said, is there anything I can do to help you? And she started talking about her daughter who moved into the light, and that she never had enough money to pay for a headstone. And I said, that's it then. That's why I'm here. So she gave me the name because she'd moved far away from where a beautiful daughter was buried and rested. Well, that's just the body, not the spirit, of course, you know that. But anyway, so I rung the council. The council gave me a number of somebody who could make a nice stone, and I sent her a message back. I said, all right, I've done it now. I just need to know what you would like to say on the message of the stone. So she told me it was a few words, something about angels. I can't remember, but anyway. So I got it made, got it put there, sent her a photo and said, your dream has been done now. And that's from, I believe, not only your husband, but from your child in spirit. I think I was guided to help a little bit, and I hope you feel better. And I said, from my heart to yours, have a beautiful life, and I'm sure abundance will come in. A couple of months later, I got this message, and the message says, I don't really know how to start this message, but she said the strangest thing has happened. She said, and I can only put it down to one thing, and that's the crystal. And I said, what's that, Angel? She said, somebody that I used to look after a long time ago and take care of moved into the light and has left me her bungalow. And I said, okay, that's beautiful. So that means that you can come out of your place where you are, and now you can live in a bungalow, which will be your home for the time that you're here, which is a beautiful thing. Because we never own anything anyway. We only borrow it for the time we're here. So don't get that out of your head. That's a silly thing. This is no, it's not yours. You're just borrowing it. This is my land. No, it's not your land. You're just borrowing it. Yeah, but it's going to belong to my children, but they're just going to borrow it. So stop putting too much emphasis on this. We all live in this world. We all own part of it. Everywhere we go, we should be able to walk anyway. So this lady said that, well, I think the moral of the story is when you give somebody a pyrite, their energy changes. And the universe listens to that. And if you vibrate at that same energy of trust, of love, of compassion, of healing, then miracles happen, because you're not stuck in the energy that you're creating every day of can't afford, I need more money, everything that I'm doing is going wrong, every business that I make goes bust, everybody that I meet, everything goes wrong, I haven't got enough, everything is going wrong. Oh, stop. Listen to you. Stop. Let's just change that now. Lie down. Give them a healing session. Clear that energy of negativity, of that money conversation. Get rid of it and start to trust and here's a pyrite and feel it and work with it and believe it and oh, it's not happened. Who said anything about it happening? Who gives you time and a date for something to happen, to make it real and not real? Just trust. There is no space and time. Get it out of your mind. It is what it is, and now enjoy the journey. Create your abundance by how you feel and what you see. What you see, make it abundant. The darkness, clear it away. Believe, trust, and work on that energy. And I did, and I was fortunate enough to go into a little room every day from 10 o'clock till 7, 8 o'clock at night and work on every client, working in that energy of abundance. I saw miracles happen. People who never had nothing, all of a sudden had everything. Why? Because they cleared the fear and the programming. So do I believe in a crystal to help? Well, I wouldn't say I believe in a crystal to help, but I do know this, that I chose this crystal as a little kid and I touched it every day and it made me feel amazing. I gifted this crystal to thousands of people and it changed their life. I put this crystal in my abundance oil. I used to give hundreds of bottles of abundance oil and it changed their life. I sell abundance oil, one of I think the third bestseller on the website, sells like crazy. Why? Because it's created with abundance and love. That the energy that's in there is of pyrite, of gold, of all the amazing energy, not wealth, energy, not greed, but love and power. Your power. So yes, pyrite is an amazing, powerful crystal that brings abundance, but maybe not the abundance that you were told or programmed to believe. So in this half-hour video, I hope it makes a little sense for you to rethink your money conversation, your idea of success. And by changing that, you will change the frequency. And by changing the frequency around you and how you think and what you emit of your own beautiful crystal that you are, then magic happens and things come into your life as and when they should do. And they don't pass by because you are aware of the right things coming into your life, because you're not spending every day of your life worried about finances and money and not having enough and everything going wrong. But now you decided to change the frequency to abundance. I am abundant. You don't have to say it to want it. You just have to believe that you are abundant. You are amazing. You are powerful. You are everything you need. You are the magician of your life. And you create it by doing good, by being good, by gifting, sharing, caring, by making a difference in the world. And the universe takes notice of that. And so does people, because people feel it from around the world. And before you know it, they're asking you to do things. Join me. Be part of my business. I want to help you. I want to do something because you're so beautiful and amazing. I mean, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out if you're feeling down and upset. People don't want to be around you if you're like that. You're draining them. So be abundant with happiness and love. Stop talking about all the problems that you've got and start to generate an energy of abundance. And maybe, just maybe, a pyrite crystal might just be a great start to shake you away from all the fear and worry that the mainstream narrative is always feeding you. Fear, fear, fear. Well, that's not true. There are billionaires, there are millionaires, there are people making vast amount of money in this world every second of the day. But that isn't important. To me, the millionaires, the billionaires, the trillionaires that I see are the ones who have nothing but create the energy of abundance to their fellow brothers and sisters. That's carved in history. Not how much money you've made. It's how much you've touched somebody and how much you've given in a loving way without holding on to its value. doing things from the bottom of your heart because it makes you feel good and you know you're doing the right thing and you're following the path of love and light. You don't have to be rich to be rich. You don't have to be a multimillionaire to be successful and wealthy in the way that I understand wealth. Enough. Have a great day, guys. Take care. Thank you for going to markbajerski.com and buying your authentic pyrites. I have actually only about 2 months ago created a beautiful collection of pyrites on there. If not, please go to your local crystal store and ask them for a nice piece of pyrite. Not fool's gold. Not at all. Powerful stuff.